Hello everybody, welcome back to the Draft to Glory save with Austin FC in the MLS. And after a poor start to the season, we've turned it around, picked up some wins, and we've got a Canadian road trip to do. So let's get into the game and see how we're getting on. So the first game to update you on was Orlando versus Austin, and it was a lovely little set piece that put Orlando in front through Alaru 1-0. But we came away with the 3 points. Diallo into Williams, he turned to put it into Burton, squared it across goal, and Gonzalez was there to finish to make it 1-1. And we weren't done there because big Mauricio Dyack got the winner. Wolf put a ball over the top, Campbell ran in behind, squared it, the rebound was taken alive by Dyack and he rifled it past the keeper, 2-1. We followed that up with a win against Minnesota and then took a trip to Portland, where we were by far the second best team. Do a rifled finish into the far post to put Portland 1-0 up. The home fans absolutely loving that one. We did get back to 1-1. Pereira found Dawson on the right hand side. He held the ball up pretty well into Dyack, a lovely turn, got in front of the goal and fired it into the far post. But Portland, it just sort of angered the bear. Portland came at us in the second half as Mosquera threw it into Cuadrado, back to Ayala, back post, in it went James Rodriguez with a header at the back post. And I do mean the James Rodriguez from Colombia. He then got a second as well, as Lassiter holding to the ball, got round the far side. There was a cut back and James, oh no, that was Ayala, sorry, to make that one 3-1. And it was James Rodriguez that got the fourth for Portland from the penalty spot, firing it past the goalkeeper. Marriott went the right way, couldn't keep it out. So a few more wins along the road, including a cup win, and then we took on FC Dallas and we absolutely destroyed them. Dawson on that wing again, cut it in field to Dyack, and he got his first of the game, captaining the team in this one as well. A lovely finish at that near post. Diallo came in from left back, won the ball. Gonzalez flicked it into Dyack. Dyack just held it up, saw the run of Dawson, and our really, really good right winger isn't going to miss from there. 2-0. We took that lead into half-time. We weren't done there. Straight away into the start of the second half, Webb at the near post gave us a good 3-0 lead. And just to top it all off, we got a fourth. Trulio held it up at the back, found Diallo on the left wing into Pereira. Pereira saw the run of Dyack going through, and our big, tall striker dinked it over the keeper. 4-0. And we scored 4 goals in back-to-back games because we did it again against Real Salt Lake City. This one, though, we didn't quite keep a clean sheet, but Sandoval rifled a finish into the far corner. We are enjoying goals like that this season, it does seem to suggest. Dyack came forward, laid it off to Gonzalez, back into Burton. Burton had runners all the way to the side of him, but went to Dawson. He then came in field, a lovely sort of Travella finish with the outside of the boot, made it 2-0 to Austin, which was absolutely superb. Before half-time, we got a third. Gonzalez flicked it out to Odoriso. Odoriso ran towards the byline, had a little cutback, and easy finish for Burton in there as well. 3-0, 31 minutes gone in that one. Into the second half, Vasilev decided to try and get Real Salt Lake back into it. A ball over the top found Maguire. He then got a good first touch, and Marriott will be disappointed to be beaten from that range, but quite a good finish on the hour mark from Maguire. But again, we weren't done there. 4 goals, another one in this one. Malik came off the bench. He slipped a lovely ball through to the runner in Burton. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and he hit it as hard as he bloody could. 4-1. And we finish off this recap. We lost to New York City, but then went into the Rock Cup, still playing with a bowling ball, because I've not remembered to change the highlights. Pereira cut this one back, and within 5 minutes we had a lead through Williams. We were playing Birmingham Legions, who are in a lower division in America, and as you can see from the stats, they didn't have a shot on target. Still had next year 0.9, but didn't have a shot on target. We had next year 1.31 with 3 shots on target, 14 shots in the whole game. But the match momentum shows that we pretty much dominated this one. And that is us up to date, to be honest. That is all the results that we've done. Obviously, I've picked out the ones that I think were better for highlights. But we do have a Canadian road trip happening in this episode. We're going to go away to Toronto and then away to Vancouver as well in this episode. Just 2 games to get through then, and we're playing really well. We are doing really, really well. Jack Marriott with the most appearances with 19 in goal. Goals is 8 for Gonzalez, 6 for Burton, and 5 for Dyack, who's had a superb sort of start to this sort of second half of the season. Assists wise, 9 for Odoriso, 9 for Dawson, both wingers playing their part. 5 for Mika Burton in there as well, and then 2 for a host of people. And our best player so far this year, Graham Odoriso on the left hand side, which is quite good. He's looking pretty decent, not too bad at all, playing close to his full potential at the age of 24. So you can see that when you draft these players through, they don't have that much room to grow, it would appear. Connor Dawson here as well, like again now 23, just about to turn 24, and 24 at the end of this year. 31st of December he is. Oh no, that's his contract. What an idiot. He was born on the 10th of November. But yeah, again, hit his peak now, so not really going to improve too much more. So this is the challenge of this Draft to Glory, is that a lot of the players that we get through are going to be hitting their peak after being at the club for a couple of seasons, and doesn't give you too much room to go. Dyak is playing very well, obviously in the highlights had lots of goals, and yeah, he's turning into a very good player for us, and he's developed to really relish big matches, which is awesome. Still has a bit of an injury problem, but his big matches are very, very welcomed indeed. Yeah, so the tables are looking like this. In the Major League Soccer, we are 8th in the Western Conference, I think we're in. But yeah, not doing too badly at all. Or are we in the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference? What are we in? What? We are in the Western Conference. I was right. I should have trusted my instinct. We're in the Western Conference, not doing too badly. We're in a playoff spot, sitting in 8th. We do have a game in hand, so if we win that game in hand and all the results go in our favours, then we could potentially go up to 6th in our conference, which is pretty good. And in the Supporter Shield, we're sitting 12th, which is pretty, yeah, I was going to say bang in mid-table, but it's actually just above mid-table, which is good. Again, game in hand means we could go up to 8th in the Supporter Shield as well. We'll see her there. And obviously, we're through in the US Cup. They just want us to be competitive, but we are actually playing pretty well in here, through to the semi-finals, where we're going to have the draw later on next month. So we'll see how that one goes. Who is still in the US Cup? We have New England beat Charlotte, Cincinnati beat Nashville, we beat Birmingham Legion, and LAFC beat Northern Colorado. So it is MLS clubs that have got through to the semi-finals, so that should be quite fun as well. But today we are taking on Toronto for our first game of the episode. They sit down in 15th in the Eastern Conference, so this is a inter-conference game, of which you have, I've never really quite figured it out how they decide who plays who, because not everyone plays everyone, and you don't play everyone the same amount of times. It's very strange, but that, well, it's just the MLS, isn't it? We will put David Jones in for this one. Daniel Pereira needs a little bit of a rest, so happy with that. 1 2 3 4 5. Why does it look like we're missing one? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yes, because I don't have it. Yes, because it was a cup game that we played last, which is why we don't have enough players on the bench. Oh no, what have I done? I've put Daniel Pereira out, David Jones out on the right hand side. Connor Dawson is back fit, rested for the cup game. We'll put Loera on there as well. Pereira can have a full rest. Campbell can is probably not ready for the first team, not good enough. And Tom Cerner could go on the bench, although Ethan Diallo, I'm going to jinx it now, but Ethan Diallo generally has been very, very good with fitness and injuries this year, so I don't think we need him on the bench. But Marriott in goal, Sandoval, Idaho, Sorchak, Diallo at the back, Odoriso, Wolf, Dawson, Williams, Burton, and Neighbour up front. This is definitely the team I put out for the cup game. So let's mix this up. Neyra off, Gonzalez goes on up front, Dyak comes in, Dawson, Wolf, Odoriso is fine, Sandoval, Ido, Sorchak and Diallo is probably good actually. We could take off Sorchak for Webb. No, I'm going to keep Sorchak in. He's been playing very well. So we're going to go with that. That's the lineup we're going to go with in this game against Toronto. We'll dive into it and tell the players that we're happy. Daniel Pereira is concerned that he's not in the team. Well, don't worry. You'll be straight back in the team. We owe Toronto after what happened last time. I can't remember, but they obviously beat us. Toronto have got an annoying knack of having a good team. Like golden oldie good team. Players that just turn up and be a bit clutch. Bernadeschi's still there. Bard at front. Insigne still there. Osorio's still there as well. So it is a good team for this Toronto FC team. So let's go into sideline. We can speed the game up a little bit. We've got the behind the goal camera for replays as well. And we'll give the team a little bit of encouragement to start this one. Diallo with a throw in into Odoriso. Odoriso into Sorchak. Back to Diallo. I've been very impressed with Diallo at left back, by the way. He's been such a good pickup in the draft. We knew that was our key, right? We said we knew we needed fullbacks, and bringing in Diallo, I think, really helped on that left-hand side. Dawson has a bit of space to run into here. He's still going. Still going, Dawson. Puts a cross in, easily cleared by Varsanen, but it falls to Sandoval, who has hit a couple of bangers this season. That's not one of them. So Vasanen has the ball for Toronto. Wingo up to Bernadeschi, and he's just bullied out of it, and we could have a counter-attack on here. Gonzalez does come forward into the box. Gonzalez over the bar. So Lorenzo Insigne has picked up an early injury for Toronto, which means Zardes has come on up front. I used to really like Yassi Zardes back in the day when he first burst onto the scene. He's obviously got a move to Toronto in this world. Sauchak has it. Sauchak has it into Wolf. Just trying to recycle the ball. Wolf again. Just trying to draw Toronto out a little bit. There's Ido. And it has worked. We've got a bit of space on the wings now. Dawson comes forward with it. Good touch. Runs infield. Down the line is Dyak. Dyak gets there. Crossing. Gonzalez with a header. What a great move from back to front that is. And it's Gonzalez with another goal. And it does put us 1-0 up. This is an empty stadium in Toronto. Do we not draw the crowd? Do they not want to come and see the Armadillos play? Unbelievable. Dawson with a lovely ball through to Dyak. Dyak, great touch. Managed to dig out across, and Gonzalez, lovely header, not even challenged by the defender. 1-0 Austin. Gavran with a goal kick for Toronto. Goes long. It's one in the air. Falls to Odoriso. Gonzalez. Back to Ido. Dawson has got some space. He's got Dyak running in front of him again. Dawson gets it back from Sandoval. Dawson down this right-hand side. It's sort of bobbled into a bit of space. Dawson puts a cross in. Vasanen very well positioned to intercept it. And Toronto clear their lines. Wolf is there. Sandoval just holds on to the ball. Ido into Sorchak. Sorchak just holding on to the ball. Diallo is having that slow little controlled build-up. Williams goes to the left. Cross in. Vasanen clears again. Dyak's there. Dawson, surely. It's a lovely finish. Top corner, 2-0. What a finish from Connor Dawson that is. But we were patient, controlled, and we are in control of this game. As Williams picked the ball up here. He's been quite a good draft pick as well, to be honest, Williams. One of the ones I didn't have too much high expectations for, but I think his sort of mental attributes really help in the MLS. But 2-0, 36 minutes gone. Dawson with a short free kick to Sorchak. Into Diallo. Dawson's now got a lot of space on that side, and he is picked out by Diallo. Dawson still coming forward. His left-footed shot's well saved by Gavran, who has picked up a knock. I'm wondering, do we shoot on sight if he's got a bit of a knock? But we're going to get to half-time. 2-0 up. We don't need to change anything. Toronto have been absolutely useless. We'll say very pleased. Keep it going. Into the second half we go. So about 10 minutes into the second half, Toronto still yet to have a shot. They actually took off Vasanen at the back, who I thought was their best defender there. But we're going to bring on Burton at left wing. Odoriso looking very tired, and we don't need to take many risks in this game at all. Could do Ben Williams as well, looking a little bit tired. Yeah, let's do that. We'll bring Jones on, and we'll just push Wolf up to the attacking midfield role. Neither of them can really play up there. Pereira can jump up and drop in up there into attacking midfield, but yeah, we don't really need to worry about it. Wingo with a free kick for Toronto. Biro has actually finally had a shot for Toronto. It was a pretty rubbish header straight over the bar. So 20 minutes to go. Wolf looks like he needs to come off, so we've got Juan Gutierrez on the bench that can come on to replace him. Ethan Diallo is looking a little bit tired on a 6.8 and a yellow card, so we could take him off. Yeah, let's just bring on Tom Webb at left back. He'll do as an auxiliary left back in there at the moment. And I think we'll just go with that and try and see the game out with those substitutes, as they have changed to a 5 at the back, which could cause us a little bit of trouble. So we'll just go onto the wing backs, get them to be whoever plays in those positions, trigger press and tackle hard, because we just want to stop them building up from those wing-back positions. In a 5 at the back, it is those that sort of have to be involved in building up the play. So if we can stop them playing, should be an easy win. Thompson with a throw for Toronto, back to Baird in part of that two-partner strikers as Webb gets in there, tackles in well. Not the best clearance. Burton with a header. Vargas has picked this one up. Franklin. Thompson puts an early cross in. Zardes is there. It's a really good header from Yassi Zardes, but he's offside, so it's not going to count. And it's going to remain 2-0 to Austin, I think. Is he offside? He is offside. He was offside. It was a lovely header, though. As I said, I liked Zardes when he first burst on the scene for America. He looked like he was going to be a very good player, but didn't quite fulfill that potential. But 12 shots to 2, 5 on target to none, and 3 minutes to go. I think we're going to wrap this one up very, very comfortably. A good start to this road trip in Canada. Excellent. A 2-0 win. We'll be back to take on Vancouver. Okay, so the first game in Canada was a win. Our second game is coming up against Vancouver. They've got a decent squad. They're 4th in the Western Conference, so they are above us in the table. A couple of changes. Cerner comes in at left back because Diallo is suspended, and Pereira comes back into midfield to replace Wolf because he's the best player we've got at the club. As you can see there, Vancouver are 4th, but a win here would see us leapfrog Vancouver in the table. No matter what the results are around us, we would go ahead of Vancouver, but they will still have a game in hand. So let's get into this one. They are playing that 5 at the back sort of system, so let's go in and do what we do with the wing backs. So anyone that plays there, always, and hard, that's what she said. Right, let's get into the game. It's Vancouver v Austin, and there was an early highlight hit. Sandoval into Pereira, Sandoval again, Pereira back into the starting lineup. Odoriso at the back post, over the bar, not the best header. 20 minutes in, nothing is happening other than that first highlight we saw with Odoriso's header going over the bar. Vancouver have had 1 shot. It was on target. It had an XG of 0.04. We've had 6 with 1 on target with an XG of 0.37. It's pretty dull. But there is a highlight for Vancouver now, though, as Saylor has it at the back into Durkin. Durkin moves over to Laborde. You can see they're trying to keep the ball at the back, round that back 3. Here's El Ponce into the area. Good shot, good save from Marriott. For a minute there, I thought there was going to be a penalty given away, but we didn't give it away, and Marriott made a good save. Bobby Gould is a very good player back in the day. I don't know how he's getting on in MLS in real life. He was very highly rated, but he's offside there, so that was a pretty rubbish corner. What a waste from Vancouver. Long ball forward, that should be Tom Cerner's ball, and it is. Just let it bounce and then take control. Sorchak. Oh, it's a great ball to pick out Dyak. He finds Gonzalez. Up it goes to Dawson. He's got runners in the middle, but Dawson might go on his own, left-footed over the bar. I want to see him do another one of those little Travellas that we saw in the highlights before the game. That was lovely when I saw it go in live. Half-time, 0-0. They are putting up more of a fight than Toronto, but we are also lacking a little bit in goal. So I'm going to say time for everyone to dig in. I don't really trust. I did like one of the comments as well. That was like, don't let Arjen Robben do your team talk at half time. He might injure himself. And ever since, I've actually not let him do my team talks at half time, which I thought was quite funny. But yes, they're still sticking with this system, so we're not going to change too much with us. But obviously, 5 at the back systems are quite difficult to break down. We may have to just tactically tweak what we're doing a little bit. As Saylor goes into Priso back to Saylor. We're sort of camping them in their half a little bit. They're struggling to get out here. We're forcing them all the way back to the goalkeeper. Takacha goes out to Laborde. Could get that. No, Cerner doesn't get there. Ocampo ball through to Ponce. Ponce is in and he's missed the target. And I think I am just going to have a little bit of a tinker here because I don't think we don't want to pass into space. We want to try and draw them out, if anything, and just try and keep the ball to work those opportunities. There are 3 at the back. We can't really. There's not going to be much space to pass into, is there? So if we can keep the ball and move them around a little bit, that might work in our favour. Durkin on it, goes back to Takoka, who I think I called Takachka before, but you know me and words pronunciations. Ponce flicks it on. Gould with a really good run through the middle, great block on it, and the physics on that ball were all sorts of wrong, but somehow it is a corner, and Vite will take it for Vancouver. In it goes, header over the bar from Laborde, but a decent effort. I think with an hour gone, we might freshen things up a little bit here. Sorchak at the back, not playing brilliant. Let's get Tom Webb. He's a big lad. He'll be good to win some headers. Dawson also not playing brilliantly. Let's bring on Roberto Carlos for him. And I think we're going to have a change up front, you know. I think we might have a change up front. Logan Mallet, not lived up to the hype of when we picked him in the first draft. I think he was our 2nd pick in the first draft, wasn't he? Really not lived up to the hype I was hoping for. But he's basically just been sort of substituted for Gonzalez because we then got Gonzalez in the next draft and he was much better. Okay, 10 minutes to go. I'm going to go with fresh legs in the middle, I think. Mika Burton for Odoriso, Pereira off for Wolf. That's all of our subs. So Dyak and Williams, I think, can stay on. Although Dyak's not playing very well. I mean, neither's Pereira. But I think what we're actually going to do, let's undo that. We'll push Pereira up into Dyak's role. Dyak can come on off for Wolf, and then Williams has the bit more of the attacking support up there, and we'll just try and get Pereira a little bit higher up the pitch. He's got a good long shot on him, so it could benefit us. Into the final few minutes, we've not really done enough. Vancouver come forward, Priso, Tafari. Oh, I mean, it's going to take something special to win this game, and that could have been it. Marriott saw it past the post, But 2 minutes to go. Can we nick a winner? Sandoval into Wolf. Sandoval back to Roberto Carlos. Wolf coming forward with it into Pereira. Wolf, can he get there? He's tackled, and Ahmed will look to bring this away. It could be Vancouver that have the final say in this one. I thought we were going to get a chance. Miguel comes forward. Great tackle from Tom Cerner. He has held him up. Miguel still gets the crossing. Gould's there. Sandoval heads it away. Counter. Are we going to counter the counter? Williams over the top. Looks for Burton. He's got fresh legs. Burton's through 1-on-1. Burton scores! Come on! In the 92nd minute. Burton with the breakaway. Great ball from Williams. What a pass from Williams at attacking midfield. Roberto Carlos laid it into Williams. Look at that, outside the right boot. Could have squared it, but Burton went on his own. It's a really good finish over the goalkeeper. 1-0 Austin, and we are on one hell of a winning streak right now. This is absolutely awesome in terms of our league position, and that's full time. It's going to see us climb the table. We probably didn't deserve the win, but a 92nd minute winner with an assist from Ben Williams with his passing 8. You love to see it. What an assist. So it is back-to-back wins on the road, which is absolutely superb for us there. What's that done to the league table? We are up to 3rd in our conference, which is really good. Obviously, there's a few little changes in games that need to be played in terms of numbers, but we are up there 34 points, 46 points for Portland. They are running away with it. They're 12 points ahead of us, which is awesome. In terms of the Supporters' Shield, then, it does put us up to 5th, which is really good. New York City FC are keeping pace with Portland at the top, but it's showing improvement, which is all we need in this sort of save, right? Keep it ticking along and keep it ticking over, which is absolutely amazing. Right, we'll probably come back for the Cup semi-finals because that is quite a big deal. We've not got that far in the US Cup yet, so we'll definitely come back for that, and then that's going to take us towards the end of the season anyway. So hopefully we can keep this form up. The players are playing well. The system seems to be working. They're settling into it, and yeah, I'm very happy. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.